point guard, at 6'3", number 13, Isaih Collier. At power forward, standing 6'11", number 22, PERFOMANCE. The other forward, at 7, wearing number 23, PROWESS. Manning the middle, at 7, number 24, Kessler. The other guy, at 6'3", number 2, Sexton.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Jalen Williams.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. And for the Jazz, wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. Filipowski's out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Collier in at the 1. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor. And it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, Gilgeous-Alexander becoming more and more reliable as a jump shooter. With everything else in his game, look out.
Here's Oklahoma City now. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
It's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
The shot by Markkanen, nobody around, and the 3 off target. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and too long on the shot.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Here's Sexton, gets the 14-footer to fall.
Well, speed is such an important weapon for Colin Sexton. He gets to the mid-range game. Nice.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. From down in the low post, it goes. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Now, Will Hardy talked to me a little while ago, and he knows this team has its hands full going up against SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said SHAI is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. Let's see how the defense responds, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. The 7th pick in 2017, Lauri Markkanen, almost a throw-in that Donovan Mitchell trade.
That's incredible to think of now in the context of this guy becoming an all-star in his own right, Kevin. I mean, Markkanen is a 7-footer who's got efficient offensive numbers, like 50, 40, 90 type numbers. He is an uncommon talent.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Gilgeous-Alexander just taking the initiative, driving to the cup with purpose.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
The the Shad Breaker Dance Group.
Jazz making a switch here. Potter's checked in. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see who's led the league in blocks in the second half of the season. 5th, Chet Holmgren.
He's been protecting the rim as well as anybody in the league during that stretch. I mean, he is not making it easy to take the ball inside.
Here's Potter. The basket good off the assist from Sexton.
Well, that's an example of using both vision and playmaking ability to find the open teammate. Sexton is a quality floor general.
And here's Gilgeous Alexander outside. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night. Utah trailing here. Pass to Potter. Fires for 3. Dort grabs the miss. Thunder have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Hartenstein passes to Williams. Tries again, and Hartenstein finishes inside.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Outside, Markkanen. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Thunder leading by 4. Gilgeous Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. Buries it down low. Gilgeous Alexander's got 15.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Sexton with it. He had 15 points last outing. Here's Potter. Hits it from 3-point range. Potter's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Jazz.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 17 points in the game.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Potter, the pass to Sexton. Outside, Markkanen. Shoots the 3. And it's Collier missing.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
And here's Gilgeous Alexander outside. Jazz trail by 5. Pass to Kessler. And here is Markkanen. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Kessler throws it down.
Exactly where Kessler gets so much of his offensive performance done, right at the cup.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Cason Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous Alexander. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. George with no one around. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
No hesitation from Keontae George. Ball touches his fingers, he gets right into his motion.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Gilgeous Alexander's checked in. And here's Gilgeous Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and shooting the lights out. Nothing like silencing the crowd.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Puts up a 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Gilgeous Alexander's got 22.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Outside for George. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Begins with the bounce pass. From deep, Williams. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Thunder lead by 6. From the Delta Center, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Oh, man, how about the mid-range jumper from these guys? It's on tonight, a huge part of their offense so far.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Williams is out there with Aaron Wiggins. Then there's Cason Wallace. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Gilgeous Alexander in at the point. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. The Utah Jazz last season became one of the first teams in the league to move their games to broadcast television. It's a gamble, but they just about tripled their reach. And with the rapid growth in the region, they have a chance to attract new fans. And Kevin, no doubt, other NBA teams are keen to see how this goes.
Oh, David, no question at all. We thank you for your report. Craig, seems like we always talk about SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is.
Just get right up and over the top of the defense. Gilgeous-Alexander, no doubt.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Pass to Potter. Back to George. From past the arc. George missing again.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half-court in time.
Miscue there. Hadn't had many of those so far, which is a big reason they're ahead.
Martin, he's checked in for Utah. Jazz trail by 11. Down low, here's Williams, and finished off by Williams.
A wise pass right there by the rookie George. Solid at finding open teammates.
Gilgeous-Alexander, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
The Thunder shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And Utah making a change here. Potter's checked in, and then for Oklahoma City, Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Dort in for Cason Wallace. Here's Potter. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Thunder leading by 12. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. Yes, that goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 34.
We all know that SGA is very capable of averaging 30 for a season. Tonight's exploit should come as no surprise.
Pass to Sensabaugh. The shot's good on the assist by George. Sensabaugh has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Makes it off the glass. And the Thunder lead by 13.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
The 3 from George. Caruso grabs the miss.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Doris, when you think of the Utah Jazz, where do they fit in a very competitive Western Conference?
Well, think about it, Kev. The Gobert and Mitchell era was successful, but they couldn't get to the ultimate prize. So then you trade those two players away, you get a load of picks. This is the direction you've chosen, but now it's going to take some time and some patience.
Williams looking around, and it's Williams throwing it down.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Gilgeous-Alexander against George, and Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Pass to Potter. Now here is Martin. He's looking for Williams and finds him.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Attention fans, on the court now, your hype squad. Get loud and let them hear it.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Then for the Thunder, Holmgren, he's checked in for Wiggins. Jalen Williams comes in for Alex Caruso. And it's Cason Wallace in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's in there. Wallace has got his first basket.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Pass to Markkanen. A three ball. Knocks down the three ball.
How about the big-time range of Markkanen? That wasn't toes to the three-point line. That one had some distance on it.
Williams can't hit. Jazz trail by 12. Now, here's Sexton. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. The tray. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's Williams. They get it back. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Let's see the stat sheet here for SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Markkanen from outside. Connects from three-point range. Markkanen's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Jazz. Stolen by Markkanen. Oh, and here comes Markkanen all alone. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Markkanen's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, this second quarter has proven to be a turnaround. This guy looking much more comfortable all of a sudden.
Sexton against Williams. Fires from deep. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Collier. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Williams. Shoots over Markkanen, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. 8 points here for Jalen Williams. And so it's Oklahoma City looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll return shortly.
Greetings, folks. First up, let's see some scores from across the league. The Hawks picked up the win against the Sixers in Philadelphia. That win puts them at 3-3 over the course of their last 6.
Lots of amazing plays in that one. We'll be seeing them over and over and over on that loop.
And switching gears now to that first half. What a difficult start for the Utah Jazz.
When you have fewer possessions than your opponent, your chances decrease. They have to find a way to rebound in the second half.
SOF, capital T, soft. I get mad watching them play.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
There wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
The Thunder leading by 13. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. Walker Kessler is out there with Filipowski. It's Collier in at the 1 spot. And that's the group for Will Hardy as they begin the second half. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, "We've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup." Kevin?
The versatility. That is pretty special. To the middle, here's Filipowski.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
That'll be a 5-second call.
All right, a chance to check out numbers for Sexton.
He's definitely been getting it done since the All-Star break. Averaging about 18 points per, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
From deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Yeah, teams will try to get physical with SGA, but make sure you understand that wiry frame is big-time strong.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Since the All-Star break, this group has been on fire. Here are the field goal percentage leaders for the season's second half. Now you look at Hartenstein, you know what you're going to get from him day in and day out.
His touch around the bucket has been outstanding. I mean, he has missed very few of the good looks he's got.
Holmgren with the steal. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. And that one, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 49 points in the game.
They're doing work here in the second half, 3 or 4 to start.
Outside, Markkanen. Rebound by Williams.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
When you talk about Jalen Williams, Doris, is it fair to say this guy has superstar-level potential?
Without a doubt, Kevin. Jalen Williams is a 3-level scorer. He's fearless in the clutch. He has the hunger to keep improving, and he can be a lockdown defender. He's got all the tools to reach the level you're talking about.
Back to Markkanen. Nice ball movement by Utah. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Boy, they can't cut into this lead with him going stone cold and only so much time to turn it around.
From about 19 feet, again, Oklahoma City.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Inside, here's Markkanen, and Markkanen throws it down.
You can see how impactful Lauri Markkanen can be with that size and skill offensively. He is too good.
And it's out of bounds, the last touch by Holmgren.
And now we get a chance to check out SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander. He's been dominant over the last month and such a great distributor and decision maker among the top 10 in assists per game.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. #1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
Not a single shot has gone down this period. It is the very definition of ice cold.
And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, you just get to your spot and rise and fire. The confident pull-up from Mr. SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander.
Pass to Collier. The Jazz with another miss.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him.
Another bucket! Wow!
And what a night. Arguably the best in franchise history.
Tying the franchise mark for most points in a game. The next basket breaks it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. Utah calls timeout. SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
Well, I think this is a necessary timeout so they can figure out a way to limit the impact this guy's having from three-point range. They've got to dedicate more resources to their perimeter D.
Markkanen from outside. The Jazz again can't hit it. Oklahoma City has gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. Hartenstein, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Kicks it out to Markkanen. George, that's a two-pointer. Jump shot is good. That's now 8 points from Keontae George.
Well, 9 times out of 10, that probably is a miss, but somehow he finds a way.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far from the Thunder?
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there, they are challenging them and getting it done.
The Jazz making a switch here. Martin's checked in. Yet another bucket.
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long, long time. Again, what an avalanche! That's 62 points, 62!
Amazing, a remarkable performance from him so far.
George, no good. And it's Williams with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Took him no time at all on that one.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
The Jazz shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Martin with a screen on Wallace. Shot's good by Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh's got 8.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Williams can't get it to go.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Thunder. We witnessed him delivering a series of 3 points. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this